BravoCon was this weekend, and if you missed it, don't sweat it because I'm going to give you a quick recap of everything that went down at BravoCon in Las Vegas 2023. First up, let's go through who was there. We had all the captains, Captain Lee, Captain Carrie, who's now taking over for Captain Lee. We had Captain Sandy, Captain Glenn, and of course, Captain Jason. All the drama was around Captain Jason. It was a little much, and we'll get into that in a minute. Kate Chastain was there, our lovely favorite, most popular chief stew of all time. She's iconic, and she was there as a commentator, and she also moderated the Below Deck panel and did a bunch of different panels and meet and greets and all kinds of stuff. So she was a big hit. Her and Captain Lee stayed very close the whole time. The biggest announcement for Below Deck fans is that Below Deck in the Caribbean Season 11 is coming back, and we've talked about it. Captain Lee is no longer coming back to Below Deck, and we're heartbroken. We've made that clear. But we did get to see the trailer for Season 11, and Captain Carrie from Below Deck Adventure is at the helm, and we're really excited. I think this is going to be a good chance for Captain Carrie. I think he has big shoes to fill, and I think he's a different personality than Lee. I think Captain Lee is iconic, he's quotable, he's a fan favorite, he's got an endearing personal story, and I think we just don't know enough of Carrie's personal backstory to really know how we feel about him yet, but I'm gonna give him a chance to prove himself as this new icon in the franchise, so I'm here for it. There was a captain's panel that was really fun. There was a Below Deck panel, very fun again. We had yachties from all of the franchises except for Below Deck Adventure, which has not been renewed. But we did find out that Below Deck Med, Below Deck Sailing Yacht, and Below Deck Down Under got renewed, which is exciting because there was some gossip here and there about Below Deck Down Under being too expensive to bring back. So the fact that they renewed it is a great sign. I think we can go ahead and guarantee that we're gonna see Jason and Aisha back at it again, so I'm excited for that. Let's dive into what happened on the Below Deck panel. So for this panel, we had all the yachties. We had Aisha, Daisy, Fraser, Kyle, Natalia, we had Luca, we had Alex Propson, we had, oh gosh, so many. Toomey, help me out here. There's more. Everybody was there. Colin was there from Below Deck Sailing Yacht. He took a break from sailing across the world. And yes, I think this is probably the first time Colin and Daisy have been in the same vicinity. I'm going to tell you right now, they did not interact at this. Colin stayed a safe distance from pretty much everyone. And when he did meet and greets, it would be with Captain Lee and Kate. He really didn't interact with a lot of the yachties in general. So he was nice, he was respectful. During the panel, he was asked to say some nice things about Daisy. And he kind of paused, but he said some really nice words about her. So I think overall, he's still in his relationship. They're not good. And let me tell you about another two people who are not good, Natalia and Kyle. Toomey and Natalia have apparently made up. They're good, they're friends. They went out partying. They were sharing jokes about their night out together. They are good. But Kyle went to go say something that was a little bit surface about Natalia, about how fun she was and how great of a stew she was. And she definitely, everyone was like, oh, that was so sweet. And Natalia came back quick with, I think you're just saying this because all these people are here in the audience, because it's been a year and you haven't said anything to me. You could have reached out, could have said something. You're just saying this to perform in front of everyone. And they pretty much started arguing right there on the stage. I mean, it was palpable, and it was kind of wild to watch the other yachties kind of weigh in, and even Kate ended up stopping it and squashing the beef, if you will, by just saying, hey, this isn't a reunion, which I thought was really funny because, as most of y'all know, if you're a Below Deck fan, they haven't even been doing reunions lately, so that drama might just not ever get resolved. So hopefully they'll do a reunion for this season, Below Deck Med, but I also have seen reviews come in for Below Deck Med And yeah, I think we gotta zhuzh it up. I think people are kind of fatigued by the Toomey, Natalia, Kyle storyline, and we can talk about that later. I just think we just need to freshen up the storyline. It's a little dull right now, and I'm just kind of over Kyle and Nat just going back and forth and playing insult tennis to each other. Kyle has been stirring the pot, and he's pretty famous for it, so I think that's going to be an issue for the rest of this season 8 that we're watching right now. And again, I'm glad to see that Toomey and Natalia could squash the beef, but yeah, it is alive and kicking between Kyle and Natalia, and yeah, that sucks. When it came to fan favorites, there's no doubt, no question. Of the yachties, the favorite girl cast of all time is Aisha. This should not surprise you at all. Aisha is just a franchise favorite. She has already created this iconic friendship with Captain Jason. And yeah, I think that one was just clear. For the guys, Luca. People love Luca. And he was definitely up to his shenanigans and flirtation at BravoCon, which was fun to watch too. I also saw Andy trying to kind of recommend him to some of the other Bravo TV show stars that were thinking about who they might want to meet or hook up with during BravoCon. So, yeah, I think Luca is going to continue to be a favorite. He is performing really well in his role, in his job as a bosun now on season 8. And yeah, I bet we'll see him again. I kind of hope that he goes back to Below Deck Down Under and stays in Down Under. Because I just feel like Aisha, Luca, and Captain Jason would just be a power team. Speaking of Captain Jason, let's talk about it. If there were an award for favorite guy, like the guy everyone wants at BravoCon, it'd be Captain Jason. His name was mentioned so many times, and it all started with him kind of hinting that he wanted to meet Lala from Vanderpump Rules. And then during his captain's panel, that was pretty much standard. They talked about, you know, the highs and lows of their job. There wasn't a lot out of the captain's panel, except for, you know, nice little nods to each other about, you know, what they respect and like about each other's different leadership methods, all of that. But when they asked who they would want as a guest on their charter, guess what Captain Jason said immediately, without even hesitating? Lala Kent. There you have it. But that was just the beginning. So they had a lot of back and forth all weekend where, you know, she would kind of hint that she was into Captain Jason. He would hint that he was into her. So they ended up spending time together and hanging out, and people have pictures online of them all going out. They had a great time. Everyone loved Captain Jason. And then there were other stars that kind of stepped in. So Lindsay, who is fresh off of a broken up engagement with Carl from Summer House, she comes in and she was saying over and over again at the event she was ready, she was single, she was ready to mingle, and very specifically with Captain Jason. So I think he was really sweet about that, but he had his eye on Lala, and he also said Olivia Flowers from Southern Charm. And they kind of met when they were coming in on day 2 of BravoCon, so I think that's when that kind of flirtation happened. But I definitely think that something may continue out of this Captain Jason and Lala Kent thing. I actually think they have a lot in common, and they were having a lot of fun with the back and forth of getting fans super excited about them meeting and dating and hooking up. So all for it, all for it. As for other Below Deck stars, we did get to see Malia White and Katie Flood. That was so fun. They're on Winter House this season along with Alex Propson. Alex still did most of the Below Deck yachty panels and meet and greets, but Malia and Katie really stayed with the Winter House crew. They had their own thing for their podcast. Malia has Total Ship Show podcast and other things and other projects that they do together. So Katie and Malia kind of stayed separate, and I think that's fair. They've kind of graduated from below deck, and now they're into just general Bravo level. One thing I was really excited about was for them to talk about the big elephant in the room, which is that Katie Flood hooks up with Tom Schwartz from Vanderpump Rules on Winter House this year. This season's going on right now, so you can watch that on Bravo or on Peacock. But there's a whole ongoing conversation on all the panels because everyone kept saying if Katie had ever heard of Vanderpump Rules or Scandival or anything like that, she would not have ever given Tom Schwartz the time of day. And it really is just that she's a career yachtie, she's traveling, she's in her world, she's staying in her lane, and she had never seen Vanderpump Rules, she'd never heard of Tom Schwartz, and I don't think that's still ongoing. I think maybe it continued for a little bit, but yeah, I think it was just a fling on Winter House. She really kind of playfully avoided answering the question, and I think it was just a hookup. I don't think it was that deep. So that's the story there. The big fun thing that was new this year is that they did the Bravos, an award show on night one that they aired this week. So you can watch it on Peacock and watch the whole award show. And the big award of the night that one of the Below Deck stars got was what items should be added to that Andy's Clubhouse, an award that should be treasured and something that becomes a prop that's iconic. The award is based on a bunny that was given in Real Housewives of Beverly Hills on a famous episode, and the clear winner of the prop in this case would be Captain Jason with the disco helmet. So that was fun. He was the first award of the night. He's the only yachtie that got an award, but there were some honorable mentions for some good quotes. It's just that the Housewives, I mean, they're so iconic with the quotes that they think up in their minds. So yeah, that was fun. Let's talk about the trailer that we saw at BravoCon for Below Deck Season 11. The big thing here is that we see Fraser and Ben Willoughby come back for the new season. Captain Kerry is stepping in as the captain. Very excited for this. I really think he's going to do a great job. So let's just cheer him on. Let's support him. It's not easy to step into the shoes of the iconic stud of the sea, Captain Lee. So we'll hear him out. But the biggest thing is that we see drama between Fraser and Ben. I love both of them. I think they're both so fun, so funny, so charismatic. I bet that Ben is going to be great. I don't think he's a leader on his team. I don't think he's a lead deckhand, but I do think the bosun job is going to be a revolving door. Captain Kerry did say that there's a lot of hiring and firing that goes on this show. So what I'm guessing is that, you know, when we see these trailers, they try not to give away any new people that are going to come on the show later in the season. So they can't show any scenes from later in it. So I'm betting it's going to be a good season because Bravo knows how much is riding on this transition between Lee and Kerry. They are not going to give us a boring season. I can promise you that because they know there's a lot at stake. And I do think Fraser, you know, this is his chance to really step up as a leader. He mentions that he still kind of struggles with some of his team in this season. So I'm hoping it gets better, but I do know that he and Ben are not on good terms. I know that he made a gentle little nod that Ben just was too busy interfering with the interior and stirring the pot a little bit. And he's just not into that. And so, yeah, I'll see. It's not very fair because Ben wasn't at BravoCon, so he didn't get to weigh in on it. But we'll see how it ends up. New season airs on February 5th, 2024. And I think it's going to be great. There's a lot of fun new faces on it. I'll do a full breakdown of the crew later this week. But yeah, I think it's going to be good. Overall, if anyone wants to know what went on at BravoCon, here's what you need to know. They all got to wear very nice designer clothes. There's drama coming up on Below Deck Med, and it's not going to get any better between Kyle and Natalia. Shocker. But it is getting better with Timmy, so we love that for them. We love that for the girls, supporting girls, all about it. I do think the biggest thing that came out of BravoCon that's buzzworthy is that Captain Jason is definitely the most eligible bachelor in Bravo land, and he is kind of getting his pick of all the most popular Bravolebrities that are out there. So more to come there. I really think he might end up dating somebody from another show, and that would be fun. Last but not least, the most important thing is that we've got more seasons that have been approved and are running, and we're so excited. We know that Below Deck Sailing has been filmed already for the new season, so I think that'll probably come after Below Deck. But I do think, and you can watch my video from the other day, I do think they're going to edit out Gary from that season, knowing what he's dealing with. Don't even know. But he says he's getting canceled and he's getting cut out of his job. I'm going to guess that it's not just BravoCon. They're going to end up cutting him out as much as they can. And of course, most importantly, most importantly, there's no need to have FOMO. So many of these panels, not all of them, but so many of these panels are on Peacock right now, so you can stream them, you can watch them, and yeah, it's all there. So enjoy. Let me know if you've been following along with all the social or all the videos or all the gossip about what's been going down at BravoCon. Let me know. Let me know what you heard. Ask a question. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks. Bye.